This is free game too. You should be charging people for this. The prior year, I had sold 28 cars. I have to do 30. There's nothing that's going to stop me. I think the store record was 28 from me. Dude, I was doing it. I'm like firing. It's like the 10th, I'm at 15 cars.
Oh, man.
2 days before the month, I'm at 29. This is it.
I just need one car.
I just need one car. Someone comes in, spends 6 hours with me.
To buy a car.
Dude, so we're doing all the paperwork. Paperwork goes into finance. Couple starts arguing, like yelling at each other. They end up leaving. They said, we'll be back the next day. Called them in the morning. Oh, we bought a BMW.
What?
No joke. Now 30 minutes left. I'm done.
It's over.
I'm like, it's over. I did 29 cars. I go outside and I do a prayer. God, please. I don't know how to pray, really. I think I'm doing this right, but please, if there's something that you can do right now, please, I need to sell one more car. I go back in the showroom and this gentleman walks in. He walks straight to the Vegas Yellow R8, our most expensive car. And I go, how are you, sir? How can I help you? He goes,
Welcome, everyone, to the Ed Fernandez Show. It is Friday morning, and I've got a really close friend. He's a land shark killer, sales guru, young, kind of hungry cat. Coby.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, big boy.
Thank you for having me on.
No worries, brother.
I love your show.
Oh, man. Well, hey, look, I just started looking up your guys' stuff on your show, and I'm like, wow, dude, you guys are Basement Talk, right?
Yep, Basement Talk.
It's thinking crazy, dude. What the heck is going on with the show, man?
It's crazy.
Huh?
It's like overnight.
I
It's
know.
this past 2 months has been crazy.
It's like blowing my mind. It's like, we got to know each other, going through the backyard parties with Caragos and things like that, and you got into sales.
That's it.
So tell me, how did that happen?
So it's crazy. My background, a lot of people don't know, but I played professional soccer.
Okay.
So I lived in Europe for 3 years, almost 4 years.
How old were you?
I was 15 when I first moved. So I was 15, first moved to Europe. My parents, no parents. They just let me go, pursue my dream, just go after it, get after it.
Yeah.
And one contract at a time, ended up moving back home. So home is here, Orange County.
County.
I'm born and raised here.
Okay.
And, ended up, my girlfriend at the time, who I'm not with anymore, I'm done with that. Okay. My girlfriend at the time, her sister's boyfriend was a car salesman.
Okay.
So he was at a luxury store, as you know, and I was at the store, and I was dropping something off over there, and I met him, and he goes, I know you're looking for an extra job because soccer players, they don't get paid a lot when they're back here. Oh. In Europe, you go to Europe, those players get paid very well.
Really?
So I remember my dad, my mom, they're hungry as well. And my dad goes, you need to get another job, dude. You got to start making some more money. Start learning something else. So met this guy, his name's Chandler. And Chandler said, Coby, you should start working here. Start working at the dealership. And I've always loved cars. And ended up coming in and applying. I'll never forget the day. I had a black polo on. My whole life, I've only worn soccer clothes. So
like tracksuits.
Tracksuits, or I'd be done with training. I'd have sweats on. But all my life, I got just paid to play sports.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about sales or cars, or I didn't really care either. I just kind of took it day to day and did my thing. And I ended up going to the dealership and applying. And this guy named Brian Hill interviewed me, and he goes, you're hired. We already need a guy. You're good. So I said, okay. Like, I dressed up all nice. I've never done this before. So I end up getting hired over there and washed cars.
You were washing cars.
Washed cars. So I think I was 18 or 19 at the time. Ended up washing cars and doing like oil top-offs in the drive. Just doing all the dirty work. I'd go and get the guys Subway and food. And
really?
I was doing everything.
Wow, man.
And I was getting in and out of the cars. Cars would get off the truck and I'd unpackage them. I'd come home and like my hands would be just dirty, like chapped.
From taking off the plastic and all that white plastic that protects the cars
Exactly.
and stuff?
I would take everything off. So
Okay.
I was doing everything. I was learning everything too, putting the stock numbers. So I was kind of learning the back end of the business. And for some people, COVID was like super tough. Some people, it helped them.
Yeah.
So for me, when COVID hit, my contract ended. So I stopped playing for Orange County. So I
Okay.
signed for Orange County.
So you were playing for Orange County.
So I was working, washing cars, doing car stuff in the morning.
Yeah.
In the afternoon, it was just me doing the whole, like, okay, go to the gym, let's do stretching, training, lifting, and then straight to the field at night.
Okay.
So I was doing 2 jobs technically. So I'd be 7 days a week. They let me take my weekends off because we'd be traveling with the team playing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of my weeks.
So you weren't really getting, so in Europe, if you were playing soccer over there, you can maintain a lifestyle. Over here,
No way.
you were poor.
Oh yeah, no chance.
Really?
And people watching, this might be harsh to say, but I think the highest paid player in like the USL, which is right under MLS, is maybe like highest paid like $50K a year.
What?
I'd say, yeah. And there's a lot of athletes like that. You can look at the
That is
UFC.
crazy.
It's wild. So, and I'm 18 years old. They're not going to pay me $50K, right? It's going to be a guy that comes out of the MLS. He just wants to play for fun. He shows up to the stadiums. He likes to get that clout. Likes to get the people
dude,
cheering
that
him on.
is crazy.
No, there's no money in the United States for soccer.
That is no wonder. Well, I'm not gonna say it, but
I know. Now it's getting better. We got
getting better.
San Diego FC that's gonna open up. We got Miami FC. Messi's there. Suarez. All those guys are there. So
now
MLS is getting
now
better
it's starting to blow up a little bit
for sure. But the second divisions, the lower league guys,
Yeah.
I think they should get paid more. But yeah, in Europe, I train every day full time.
Full time.
I
and you
wake
were getting
up,
paid.
go straight to the stadium, change, go gym, eat with the team. I'd be done around 4 o'clock every day.
Gotcha.
I was full time training, full time. Here you come, they say it's full time, but I got to get a job. I had to do this car stuff, and I'm just like, what do I do? You know?
So you were washing cars, man, and learning all this stuff, and then COVID hits, right? We're all on lockdown. Everybody's like, what the hell is going on? How did you take advantage of that?
So they fired and furloughed everybody from the store.
Wow, because no one was walking in.
No. So everyone got rid of. We had 3 sales managers, our general manager, our owner. So that's like 5 of us, and then me. So they kept me because I was the hardest worker and I was the cheapest. I think I was like $12 an hour. Okay. 12 or 11.
$11
now
an hour.
those guys they get paid like 17 or something. I told those boys. And I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to make the most of it. I can't sit around at home anyways. I can't stand that.
Yeah, you drive me nuts.
I just can't.
Yeah.
I have to work.
Yeah.
I'm
Got to do something.
I'm always moving.
Like
I can't sit at home, play Fortnite and all that stupid stuff like all those other
That's
guys.
like a waste of time.
Yeah,
right? You're not
I
making any
can't.
sticking money doing that.
So I remember my GM and we delivered an R8 because everything was kind of phone sales. No one was walking in.
Okay.
And we delivered an R8 kind of close by that we sold. Not we, but my GM sold because the managers were doing all the selling.
Okay.
I would go and wash the cars and come back. And one of the days, my general manager, his name was Luke. Luke said, Coby, do you want to do sales? I said, no, I'm good. Not really. Because I just wanted to play soccer. That's all I cared about.
I got you.
And he goes, you got to do it. Because we started getting a little bit busy. So when the lot would get packed, people would run in and we didn't have enough people to help people. So they would throw me out there in running shoes and a polo. And I'd just be talking to people about the cars. Because I knew about the cars. Yeah. So I didn't have a suit on. I didn't have nothing. So I just learned how to kind of talk to people. Just smile to people, just open the car doors and just talk.
Yeah.
You don't need to be like, this is this, you want to do this, you know? I just kind of learned how to just show people the cars and then I'd get a call, hey, Coby, go gas the car real quick and then come back. Just leave them with the key. So I was doing that and then it came to a point like a couple months in, I was doing it more and more and more. Okay. That's when he said you should start doing sales. But I would bring like the clients in, I'd sit them down and then I'd go in the sales office and I'd say, I think they want to buy this, but I'm not sure. You guys can do the rest. That's how I did that. That's literally what I did. I said, I don't know.
I think they want to buy this.
Yeah, it seems like they like it. Like they want it. And it's the right color. I think that's the one.
That is so crazy,
funny. And
dude.
it was funny because the one sales guy that was there, he was just taking my deals. Like, because they would make the deal. And I was like...
He was taking your deals?
He was taking my
Wait
deals.
a minute, punk.
Yeah. And then I started realizing, dang, like, I think I can do this myself, you know? I just need someone to teach me how to ask the right questions and do things. But it's just sales is sales, you know?
Yeah.
People have to like you and people have to connect with you for them to buy something.
Yeah.
So I put a suit on. That I started on in December, which is really good. Got my certification to sell, got my sales license. And then from December 15th to the 31st, I sold 15 cars. My first ever...
In 2 weeks?
2 weeks. My first ever month.
You sold 15 cars?
15. Dude? But I thought to myself, I said, this is a fluke because this is the busiest time of the year for car sales.
Okay.
And for sales in general.
You mean December is
the busiest time in the whole entire year.
Okay.
So you got to strap up and get ready.
Let's
Every
go.
December, it's like, keep your body healthy. You got to go. Bell to bell if you want to make bank.
Okay.
So I'm like, finish my certification. And if you have someone walking in December last 2 weeks and they're not buying from you, you're doing something wrong. That's what I feel.
Okay.
So I didn't know that when I first started, but I sold 15. And then at the end of the month, it was January 1st. I said, man, I think I got lucky. That was crazy. So January started and I did 17 cars in January. My first ever full month. 17.
They were like, we got a rock star here.
Yeah. So then people are like, kind of whispering what's going on with this guy. And I'm still not trying because you know how I am.
Yeah.
I work every day. I work
7 days a week, 12 hours a day.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
So I hadn't engraved that in me yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I got tricked or something in my brain switched, but I was sick of coming in second, third place. Something like maybe the athlete.
You're
in
like,
me.
forget this crap.
Yeah, because then the January comes, I hear murmur like, how is he selling 17, but I'm still third place.
Yeah. You're like, nah, we ain't doing this anymore.
So I'm like, next month, my owner, he came down, congratulated me. He said, you know, if you want to be successful in this business, you got to work every day. And I don't know if that changed my thinking, but I also am already a competitive person.
Yeah. That
next month, I did 22 cars and got first place. And
never looked back.
Never looked back. 3 years of.
So what
later.
did you sales is, yeah, people have to like you, right? You got to have conversations with people, but then there's like techniques you got to use, right? Open-ended questions, right? Overcoming objections. Did you learn that just on the job or did you have somebody kind of coaching you?
I think it's a little bit of both. I learned it just kind of from life. I feel like from me growing up, 15 years old, moving to Europe, I had to learn how to deal with people out of my own culture.
Got you. So
little moments, like I talk about me, my first day of school, going to Scotland, I was a new guy, didn't have any friends, needed to get along. It's hard to get along with people in the locker room too, a team.
Yeah.
So moving away, I had to go, first day of school, walk on a bus. You got 40 people.
So you had to go to school too.
I went to school too in Scotland.
So you were playing... You were being paid to play soccer, but you had to get education still.
I still need to get education.
Okay.
So I went to a public school there.
Okay.
So first
in Scotland.
In Scotland. First time I go
That's
to Scotland.
English, right?
Yeah, it's in the UK.
But that weird kind of,
yeah.
like, what the heck did you just say?
Yeah, they have a crazy accent. It's tough.
You're like, wait a minute, what did he just say?
Yeah. So I go over there and just dealing with weird situations, I feel like has got me through life. Going to Spain, going on different trials with clubs, going in locker rooms where they don't speak English. So you got to deal with their facial expression.
God, that is so good.
So in sales, you can read people's face.
Yes.
So you can read people's face. Now I'm good at reading people over the phone. I think you have a sign in your office that said smile when you're on the phone because they can feel it on the other end.
Smile and dial, baby.
Smile and dial.
Yeah.
So I just learned how to kind of deal with humans. Different nationalities are different as well. You know that better than me. So you got to deal with different types of people for you to learn. And I think me living all over the world at such a young age, meeting new nationalities, meeting new people, I think just throwing me into a showroom floor, having me do retail, I think it just kind of came natural. Obviously, I have some mentors in that business that have helped me with the right questions. I used to lean up against the cars. which is not good. You don't want to have your hands in your pocket.
Got you.
You got to be proper. You got to be professional. You got to give them that montage experience when they walk in, because if you give someone the best experience, they're never going to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I started having clients coming and seeing me, then they're okay with paying $200 extra a month if they can work with Coby.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, I was one of those. I would call Coby.
Yeah.
I need a car, man.
Yeah.
I got you, Ed. Coby, I need a car for my daughter. Got you, man. Coby, I need a car for my son. Got you, man. I didn't want to talk to anybody.
No.
To this day,
I know.
they call me. I'm like,
stop.
Don't call me,
I
man.
had to put a do not call on the you bought so many cars for me, but
like,
not for yourself too. I want you guys to know Ed's buying cars for everybody he loves. I've seen some crazy stuff from this guy. So I get phone calls. I got to make a deal in 20 minutes. I said, what color? He goes, gray. I said, okay, I'll get gray. Or I've seen, we've done some crazy stuff.
Look, man,
Yeah.
It's amazing to see how young you are and how successful you've been.
Thank you.
To see, how you've been able to navigate these things. The customer service that you gave me when you were there was just, look, all I had to do is say, I got a guy, right? If I wanted a Maybach, you were my guy. If I wanted, a TT, you were my guy. And you always made me feel like a VIP. Like it was like all about Ed and it's Ed's world. And because of that, guys like us, I didn't even have to go into the store.
No. You don't have time.
You come to my house.
I go to your house, or you find you at Nobu all the time.
Yeah. You came in Nobu, and I signed the papers at Nobu, and
cocktail
boom, the deal
came
was
back.
done. Yeah.
That's crazy. But that's with guys at your status, at your level.
Yeah.
I treat everybody the same. If there's someone that's living in the worst part of LA or the worst part of Orange County, and they need me to go to their house to make a deal, I'll do whatever it takes to make a deal, because overall, if you treat the same people the way you treat everybody, overall, no one's going to want to deal with some Joe Schmo that walks into another store, or the word starts spreading and it gets around and it gets around. And I try to tell like my brother this, dude, if we can give people the best experience every single time, every single minute, you got to be on it.
Yeah.
You can't have a bad facial expression for 1 second.
No.
You got to have positive energy. You got to go every second, because there's something in a human brain. If you do something wrong, or if you say something wrong, or you make one little face to someone, it can change everything. They can maybe think
like that.
Maybe I can go, and maybe there's another guy that's gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to be on your A game in sales at all times.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Because I've been in sales forever, dude, and that's what I do, man. And to watch you do your thing and be such a killer is like impressive, because doing what you do and what I do is very difficult. It's not everybody can do it.
No.
You know what I mean? And you did it like, I'm going to smash everybody. So tell me, so you're smashing everybody. You're the new kid on the block. Right?
Yeah.
You got these older cats like, what the hell? Are they throwing these kids softballs? I guarantee you people thought you were getting some softballs. Right?
Every deal.
Talking crap, whatever. So now you're like top dog there. What did the company do for you, and how did the company treat you, and how did the owners treat you as top dog?
Yeah. So they're gonna show face. They're gonna say, they're gonna give you the, hey, you want to go? Let's go golf. Let's go do this. Let's go grab lunch. Let's go do this. But ultimately, when you're at the top like that, you're so focused, you're so locked in on your clients. But it gets to a point where you go and it's tough. You don't know what kind of they're thinking.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you're one of their employees, and you're just self-motivated. There's nothing that they could say to me that's going to just make me work harder. I automatically would work hard. So it was kind of in their brain. It was kind of like, he's already going to work hard, so we didn't have to do extra or do anything for him.
Yeah.
When maybe there'd be times where I'm like, dang, why didn't he call me? I had like a big month this month, So maybe they could have treated me
a little bit better,
but at the same time, is like, there's nothing that they're going to say that's going to switch my brain. But I feel like they could have done it for other people.
Sure.
Motivated their other sales team, because it's not just me.
Yeah.
There's 19.
Oh, there's 19 of you.
20 other guys in there that are.
And you guys are all eating off the same table.
Same table. But there's some talented guys in there too. So it's not just me. Like maybe running sales meetings a little bit differently. Maybe having like the big boss come in more and show his face would have been awesome.
Got you.
But yeah, for me, I'm pretty self-motivated. So I don't have to hear some guy call me and
you don't need
and smooth me up.
You don't need somebody to pat you on the back and
but sometimes,
make you purr like a kitty.
Sometimes out of respect, you should call and just say thank you.
Yeah. You made me millions of dollars.
Yeah, you never you don't hear thank yous really.
Yeah, that's not cool.
So you should just call your employees and say thank you. But I learned from all this stuff, you know?
Yeah. And that's right. I was telling you, I was like, hey, Coby, man, dude, you're smashing it, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what? You should go ask for a piece. Mm-hmm. Right? So before we get to that story, right, we're going to come back to that. But I want to hear the story. You had a record that you wanted to break.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a very interesting. So this show is the Ed Fernandez show, but it's all about helping people become citizens of the kingdom of God and take dominion over the earth, right? And you know my family, that's how we roll, right? And I used to tell you, Coby, this about God and this and this, and you're like, I don't know, Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, you're trying to beat this record. So I got to hear the story, brother.
Okay,
Tell us the story.
This is still to this day, you guys watching, this is the craziest story of my life. This is just, it's unbelievable. So what is this, a year since the show came out?
Yeah.
So Ed Fernandez show came out, and I tune in. I watch all his stuff. This is free game too. You should be charging people for this. You can be charging people, like people do these courses and stuff. This is free, so you guys got to subscribe. So I subscribe. Obviously, he's like my brother, and I just tune in. I watch as much as I can. I put it on in my car. I watch. I always listen. I love to hear your golden nuggets and your tips and all your stuff, not only with life, but business, but everything. And then you talking about God, drizzling it in there is just the best. And I've always been blessed, my whole life. Yeah. My whole family's blessed. My parents, I love my parents, my brother, everyone, we're blessed. Our businesses are fantastic. This specific month, the prior year, I had sold 28 cars. So that was the most I've ever sold. December of 2023, it was the first. And I'm like, this month, I'm touching 30. I have to do 30. There's nothing that's going to stop me. I'll work till midnight every single night. I need to do 30. I just want to. That's like an industry, like, if you could do 30, that's amazing, Yeah. That's a car every day.
You've arrived.
And I think the store record was 28 for me, but that's not as good, 28 is like 30. Like it has to.
You need to round it up.
Yeah, you can't be 28.
You can't be 20. You got to get to 30.
Yeah, it's all messed up. So I remember, I'm very visual as well. I like to write down my goals. I like to write things down. So I wrote down a sheet, and I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I wrote all the way to 30, and every single time I'd sell a car, I would cross it out.
Okay.
So that just helps me visually. It also helps my competitors too. I put it right in the sales office.
Right there on the wall?
Slapped it right there on the wall. It's all big and sharp.
You're trying to step on people's necks.
Yeah, dude,
that's what you're doing. I'm smashing you.
I want to sell a car and just whip at the Sharpie. I had a Sharpie here. I always have a Sharpie, dude.
I love it.
So I'm like, I got to visually see it. I have my competitors to visually see it. It's December too. We got the Christmas tree in there. We got live music in the showroom. Just go, it's just, oh man, it's pumping me up right now. I'm getting all pumped up.
Let's go.
So I put it up on the wall, and dude, I was doing it. I'm like firing. It's like the 10th, I'm at 15 cars.
Oh man. So you're like, I'm crushing this
thing. I'm working so much. There's like a flu during that time. People are getting sick in the store. I'm like, get sick. It's more deals. People walking into me. I'm taking Advil. Dude, I'm taking all this medicine, trying to stay healthy so I can just keep selling. And it was crazy. So I ended up 2 days before the month, I'm at 29.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I got 2 more days. This is it.
I just need one car.
I just need one car. I got 2 days. I'm blowing past it. I kind of took my hands off the gas a little bit.
Yeah.
Last
You're
couple
like,
days. I'm like, I just need one more car.
Yeah.
Let's go. One more car. I already broke the record at 29. One more car. That's all I need. Let's go. So someone comes in, spends 6 hours with me.
6 hours?
6 hours.
To buy a car.
Dude, they don't know if they want gas. I show them a hybrid. I'm telling them, you know what? There's better rebates if you get a hybrid. They're like, what about electric though? There's 5K more rebates. You don't even know, Ed. You'd freak out, dude.
6 hours,
6
bro?
hours.
That would blow. I'd be like, you gotta go.
You have no idea. But I'm like holding on to them, dude. Like, I am not letting them go, dude. After 1 hour, I'm like pot committed, dude. I'm all in. Yeah, the chips are in. I'm not gonna let these people go. Finally, after 6 hours outside, we walk inside. They see some hybrid in the showroom. Oh my God, this thing is crazy. I want this. I'm like, oh, okay.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, let's go. All right. Tell the valet guys, let's get out of the showroom. Moving the Christmas tree. They take the car out of the showroom. Car's parked in the front. And we take it for a spin. We come back. They're like, we love it. Let's go. So we're doing all the paperwork. Paperwork goes into finance, which, you know, you got to go into finance. They try to sell you the product and stuff.
Yeah.
Deal's done. And the wife goes, honey, I don't really like the color. This is like, we're closed too.
Oh my God.
It's the 29th.
Dude, are you kidding me? 6 hours too?
It's the 30th. Yes, the 30th. 6 hours. It's probably 7 now after all the paperwork and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to like, yo, let's go. Like,
sign this thing. Let's go. Here's the keys.
Guy,
take it.
Yeah, let's go. Comes out, couple starts arguing, like yelling at each other in the showroom. You said you wanted this. You said you wanted that. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like,
it's blowing up.
It's blowing up. This is crazy. This is like the craziest thing ever. And they end up leaving. They said, we'll be back the next day. Called them in the morning. Oh, we bought a BMW.
What?
No joke.
After 7 stinking hours, dude.
And that's sales, though. You know, it happens.
I'd have put them on a list.
It's terrible.
These people don't ever stink and sell a car. These stupid
you got to
people.
be a goldfish, though. You got to forget. I just got to keep going, you know? So I go, and that day it's New Year's Eve. So you're expected to have crazy traffic that day. Oh. That day, it was a little cloudy. Not a lot of people on the street, which is weird. And we start work at 9, and that day we're closing at 5.
Okay.
Because it's New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So we're going, the day's kind of steady. In car sales, there's a list, and I think I've told you about this, how when you're up, it's your time to go.
And whoever walks in, that's your person.
Whoever walks in, that's your person, but you have 45 minutes between each up. Every time I was up that day, I'd power down. No one would walk in. And I needed one more car. One more car. Everyone would power down. Every time I'd power down. It's like now it's starting to get busy in the showroom. It's still late. Coby, you got to stay. We're going to close at 7. There's 3 people on the list. I start panicking, dude. I'm freaking out. I'm like, I can't.
You got 2 hours left?
Dude, it's 2 hours left in the whole year.
And you're one car short.
One car short of 30.
And you're thinking, panicking,
freaking out. Just, I don't know what to do. I'm like, I've worked every day this month, and I'm going to hit 29. I'm calling people. I'm calling hundreds of people, too.
Are you on the phones, too?
On the phones.
Calling
like,
people?
Hey, come in. I need one more car. I'll just give it to you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, trying to make one more deal. I'm on the phones. I'm panicking. I'm telling the managers, yo, guys, what's going on? Like, are we going to get busy? Like, I'm kind of trying to, like, stir up business. I'm calling, yo, can we just do this deal? Come on. If we lose $3,000, let's just lose it. Come on. I need one more deal. You know? 30's a big bonus, too.
Is it?
It's a goal, but it's a big bonus. It's an extra cash bonus.
Got you.
So I think it's like $5,000 extra, which is crazy. So I go and I'm up. This is like now 30 minutes left of the year, of the month.
So 6:30 at night, New Year's Eve.
And I'm like, I'm done.
It's over.
I'm like, it's over. I did 29 cars. That's it.
That sucks.
So I'm like, what am I going to do right now? what's going to happen? So this true story, guys. You guys got to subscribe. I go outside and I do a prayer. And I say, God, please, I don't know how to pray, really. I think I'm doing this right, but please, if there's something that you can do right now, I'm praying, like, prayed for a couple minutes, like, please, I need to sell one more car. Like, just help me, please. And it's all influenced by your show. I went to church growing up. I did the whole thing, and I think God loves me and God loves my family, and we're so blessed. But watching your show, you talk about, it's okay to just throw quick prayers, and, everyone has their right path, and everything is for a purpose. So this is a true story, guys. I'm back. I go back in the showroom, and this gentleman walks in right by the Christmas tree in the showroom, and we'll throw up the picture. And he walked straight to the Vegas Yellow R8 V10 Performance, which is our most expensive car. I think it was like $280,000. Mm-hmm. And he's looking at it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, someone walked in. Like, that's a kind of crazy, Yeah. Like, this is cool. So I walk up to him, and I go, how are you, sir? How can I help you? He goes, go get me a coffee. I'm like, really? In my head, I'm like, this guy's a goofball. What are you telling me? What is this? Oh my God. I'm like, God, dude.
That is so funny.
You could have said, I want to buy something, right?
Go get me a coffee.
Go get me a coffee. I said, okay. He's a doctor, too, doctor. I go, I'm like, what kind of coffee do you want? He goes, black. I'm like, oh, this guy. All right. He doesn't even want cream or sugar or nothing. He's just like straight, whatever, dude. I go, I make him a coffee, I come back, I give it to him. He goes, how much is this? So I give him the price, open the doors, I show him the car, and I smelt like blood. Like, I knew there was something here now.
Oh,
I can smell like this
a shark smelling blood in the water.
This guy's got something. Like, this guy's got some swag to him, He had like a satchel on. So funny. He goes, let's sit down. Let's talk about it. I said, let's drive it. He goes, no, I don't need to drive it. I said, come on, let's drive it. Because when you get someone in a V10, you know better than anybody.
Yeah.
You hear those.
It's like a little crack.
It's the cracks, the popples.
I got
all
you.
Those little cracks and popples, the extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000.
Yep.
So I said, okay, here, have a seat. I didn't even listen to him. I went in the sales office and I grabbed the key. I fired it up, started revving it, dude, in the showroom. I took it out. I said, get in the car. He gets in the car. We just rip it around the block. He's like, oh my God, this is the best car. He's all ethered up, dude.
You guys thinking you got the hook in his mouth.
Yeah, I'm like, now I got him. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. So he goes in the sales office. Boom. I made the deal. We sit down. It took a couple minutes because he wanted to maybe put in his business name and his personal name. What was crazy is he goes, okay, I'll take this, Coby, puts a window sticker to the side. I'll never forget it. Now I need a car over 6,000 pounds for a tax write-off. I said, okay, we can do that. So we go outside and we pick an SUV, a Q8, which is about $80,000. Premium Plus package. It was white with like a brown or beige interior. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable car. Just like upgraded sound. So he got an SUV and he got an R8. And I was like sweating, like I just did 31 cars. How did this happen? And I'm thinking like I go outside, I do a quick prayer. I'm like thinking to myself, I've worked so hard. Like God rewarded me.
Yes.
Yes. Which was crazy. And
yes.
I truly don't know in that moment if I would ever go outside and do something like that if it wasn't for your show or for your influence on talking to people like this, because people watching, you're getting all these millions of views, you're doing what you're doing, but I hope people are getting really inspired, because it doesn't hurt to go outside and it doesn't hurt to just do a quick prayer,
That's
it doesn't
amazing,
hurt.
Man.
So to this day, like that next month, I was jacked up. I couldn't work because I was scared. Like, how did this happen? People were looking at me in the office. They were like, dude, you're like a alien. Like, how did that happen? I don't even know, dude. People couldn't look at me straight. You're the luckiest salesman alive.
Wow,
all this crazy stuff, which is nuts.
That is so, what's so cool, Coby, is that, and thank you for the kind words, man, because it actually causes me to get a little bit emotional.
No,
because, I know you.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, the goal is to have an impact in people's lives, right? That's my goal. And for you to go outside and be as innocent as a small child. Look, God, I don't know how to pray, and I don't know if this is even going to work, but can you help me? And to see the Father, the creator of heaven and earth, come down and answer your prayer 30 minutes before the store closes.
And it's an R8.
And it's the most expensive car that it's not some cheesy little car.
No.
And then he gets 2 cars through that prayer. It's just amazing to see how God works in your life.
It's incredible. It was just the craziest moment. I look back on it and I'm still speechless about it. I have it like framed up in my room.
Do you?
I have the checklist. I checked off 31. I wrote a 31.
Did you?
Checked it off. It just feels good. So
you got to send us pictures.
I will.
You got to send us the
100%.
pictures. Yeah, so
I was going to bring it. I forgot to bring it.
Yeah, send us pictures so we can get it.
100% will. But no, I'm living life now and just.
Yeah, so we talked about that, right? I said, let's get back to that story. I said, Coby, dude, you're a killer, bro. You're making these dudes millions of dollars with all these cars you're selling. And I said, you should be asking them for a little piece.
Yeah.
Right? So you finally got the cojones.
I know.
To ask them for a little piece. What happened?
So this is crazy too, because I'm happy I'm coming on your show now. But I was almost gonna tell Darren and you, like, you know what? Give me like another 6 months, 7 months, because I want to show you guys what I'm gonna do with this new business.
Yeah.
But I woke up and it was a little bit after Cabo. We went to Cabo. You had a long talk with me in Cabo.
You got to feel the montage.
I got to feel the I was with all my boys at Casa Dorada, some bullshit hotel, whatever. I'm like, dude. All my I dished all, hey guys watching, I dished all my friends and hung out with Ed in Mexico. We lived right. I went snorkeling. I've never been snorkeling. I got so sunburned, guys. The coach of the 49ers, his wife rubbed sunscreen on me. Yeah. What? That won't happen at Casa Dorado. No, that's crazy. Which is nuts. So I'm like, I gotta live like this, I'm like, Ed goes, yo, that's the coach of the 49ers. I'm like, dude, what? It's like, I don't care. You started singing the Chiefs song. I'm like, who does that, dude? Like, everyone at my hotel would have been like, yo, can I get a photo? And singing Chiefs song. Yeah. That was crazy. So I'm like, I got to change my life. I got to do this differently. So I came back. My dad, who's a successful businessman as well, he was in China for a couple weeks, and I had been hinting it at my dad, and my brother's always been hinting it at me, like, Coby, you can do something bigger. You can do something better. We can work together and build an empire, kind of like the Fernandez name. So I said, you know what? I woke up and I just decided, you know what? I think I want to change my life. I want to challenge myself in a different way. Mm-hmm. I truly didn't think they would give me a piece unless I stayed there till I was maybe 60 years old. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But I don't want, I'm 24 years old.
Yeah.
I don't have time. I got to go now. I'm a go-getter.
Yes, sir.
I like to keep going.
Absolutely.
You know how I am. I'm always moving.
Yeah.
So I drove over to my owner's house in Laguna Beach and I knocked on his door.
Okay.
And I told him, I said flat out, I said, hey, I'm going to move on. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for what they've done. I wouldn't be the person I am today with all these experiences. Same with you.
Yeah.
You've had so many experiences in your life.
Of course.
You wouldn't be the person you are today without them. So I thanked him. I thanked everybody. Everything was fantastic and little shocking to them. It's still me getting used to not being in that environment because I'm working 10, 12 hours a day every day to now working much, much less, but with
more productive,
making more money and it's more productive. So It's insane. It was crazy. And the owners, it was pretty interesting how they took it.
Yeah.
So they could have been maybe more, hey, why didn't you like try more to keep me, maybe, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to teach you.
After all I've done, I didn't know it until it happened to me.
I was trying to teach you that because I knew that was going on.
You knew that was going to happen.
I knew that was going on.
So,
because they saw you as a resource, right? Because you're a young kid, right? You bought your own Rolex. I remember when you showed me, hey, I bought my own Rolex.
Yeah.
You know, that's a huge achievement, right?
Yeah.
As a young kid, right? I mean, Darian's 25. You guys are the same kind of age, right? And I knew it. I knew they were taking advantage of you, but you didn't see it until I told you, okay, hit them up. Because I tell you this, bro, when you put money on a table, you start seeing people's hearts. When you put a bag of money, the heart starts being revealed of who they really are. And what you thought they thought of you was not what they thought of you.
Yeah.
Would you confirm that?
No, it's true.
And it's hard to swallow, right? But then you said, okay, I'm going to crush it for myself.
No, that's what I want to do. And still, I'm waking up, I'm going to the office, I'm driving to the office, and I'm thinking kind of like a few things that I take away from what he said. Kind of like, hey, are you sure? You know, it's tough out there in the streets to make money right now. You know what I mean? Little
kind of put a little doubt in your head.
Little doubt, but little this, little that. But all I care, and I said this before on the show right now, is you can just say thank you, you know?
Yeah.
Just say thank you.
Thank you for working so hard for me.
Thank you for helping me this past couple years.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything.
Yeah.
We'll always be there for you. You know, we'll always do these.
You always have a home here, Coby.
You know?
You always have a home.
Which my general manager, he was fantastic. He helped me a little bit more, but the big boss, you know?
The one that would take you out to golf. The one that would take you nice food.
Yeah, that's a little
just
different.
to kind of give you a little stinking crumb.
Yeah.
Like on here, dude.
Yeah.
There's a little crumb.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's
But now what are you doing?
So now
so you got this show.
We got the show. So we have Basement Talk, which Basement Talk, people watching this, we'll put this on Basement Talk too, but Basement Talk's a product of Zill Media.
Okay.
So Zill Media is the marketing company me and my brother have.
Okay.
So Kyler, my brother, he's the boss. He's the brains. So me and him are gonna be running the company together. So he's giving me a lot of skin in the company, and he started this 4 years ago.
Okay.
And we have 30 clients right now.
Holy moly, bro.
So we just signed a contract yesterday with the UFC.
Wow.
Here, which will be cool. So
that is amazing.
So we're going to start doing that stuff. We're doing kind of political campaigns now, which is I'm trying to dip our feet into everything and trying to build our network for everybody. But we're producing 7 shows. You know J.R. Smith?
Yeah.
So we're doing J.R. Smith's golf show.
Dude, that is crazy,
And then Craig Smith on Comedy Central, he just signed to iHeartRadio, so we're doing his show. So we produce podcasts as well.
Yeah.
That's just a small portion of what we do, but we mainly will do like paid advertisement, content creation. You guys see Darian's cooking up these 30-second, 60-second shorts. We have a factory of boys in there that can cook those up.
Yeah.
Different styles, fonts, everything. So that's what we're doing. We're killing it. We're doing really well. Now it's trying to grow the business. So I hope in a year from now I can come back and tell you guys what I've done. You know what I mean?
I'm so proud of you, bro.
Yeah, but I'm excited. It's a lot of work. Me and my brother, we're not sleeping right now.
But it's for you.
It's for me.
Right? It's for you.
Yeah.
You're already a stinking killer.
Yeah.
You already spend 12, 15, 17 hours at the car lot. Now you're spending all. See, here's what I believe. I believe that was a training ground for you.
Yeah.
Right? You got trained how to be a Navy SEAL. Now you're in special operations using your training for yourself, which is amazing to see, man. You are going to be a very wealthy young man.
Yeah.
One thing that I could tell you, don't ever forget the goodness of God in your life. Because
100%.
he's got you covered, bro. 100%. And I am very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
It is so awesome to see that you as a young man are crushing it, bro.
Yeah.
It's an honor and a pleasure to know you.
No, it's a pleasure to know you. I love you guys.
I love you too, baby.
Oh, this is awesome. But yeah, I love everything. Everybody check out Ed. You don't need to market
Check out
himself.
the basement, you know.
Yeah, check out Basement Talk.
Dude.
We
These
have
guys
social
are
media.
killing it. They got some stinking crazy people on there,
Yeah,
dude. It's a fun thing to
It's fun.
watch, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Coby, thank you so much for being on the show, brother.
Thank
It's
you.
an honor and a privilege to know you, brother.
And everybody go subscribe to Ed Fernandez Show right now. If you're not, you're losing out free game. Straight up.
Thank you, man. Have a
All
great
right.
weekend, bro.
Bye, guys.
All right. Peace.